For years, we've been sold the same story. To have a productive garden, you need to buy bags of synthetic fertilizer. We pour these chemical cocktails onto our soil, hoping for a miracle, only to find ourselves trapped in a cycle of dependency where the soil becomes lifeless, and the plants, while initially vigorous, lack true vitality. But what if I told you that the most powerful, nutrient-rich, and life-giving elixir for your garden isn't found in a shiny plastic bag at the big box store? What if it's quietly growing, flourishing, and then fading away in your own backyard, waiting for you to recognize its immense potential? This isn't a newfangled trend, it's an ancient practice from Korea that taps into the very heart of natural cycles, and it's about to change everything you know about feeding your plants. This method is a cornerstone of Korean natural farming, a philosophy that works with nature rather than trying to dominate it. It teaches us to become resource producers, not waste producers. The specific trick we're diving into today is the art of making fermented plant juice, a potent homemade liquid fertilizer that harnesses the innate power and genetic wisdom of your strongest local plants. Before we get our hands dirty, it's crucial to understand the why behind this method. Synthetic fertilizers work by force-feeding salts to plant roots, providing a quick but unsustainable burst of growth. This often weakens the plant's natural defenses and, over time, degrades the complex ecosystem of microbes, fungi, and earthworms that constitute healthy, living soil. The Korean approach with FPJ is fundamentally different. We are not just adding nutrients, we are adding life. We are cultivating a rich microbial population in the soil that in turn feeds and protects our plants. Think of it as building a self-sustaining economy in your garden bed where everything is recycled and nothing is wasted. By using FPJ, you are inoculating your soil with beneficial microorganisms that unlock the natural fertility already present, creating a resilient garden that can better withstand pests, diseases, and drought. The magic of FPJ lies in its ingredients, and the best part is that they are free for the taking. We are looking for fast-growing, vibrant, and resilient plants from our own environment. These plants are brimming with growth hormones, enzymes, and beneficial microorganisms. Excellent choices include the tender, fast-growing tips of weeds like stinging nettle or purslane, the vibrant shoots of bamboo, the vigorous vines of pumpkin or squash, or even the lush green growth from healthy comfrey or willow. The key is to forage early in the morning, just after dawn, when the plant's sap is most active and its energy is concentrated in its shoots and leaves. This is when the microbial life on the plant's surface is most vibrant. Avoid plants that are diseased, insect-ridden, or growing in contaminated areas. You are essentially capturing the essence of vitality itself. You know, the process of making FPJ is astonishingly simple, requiring only 3 components: your plant material, unrefined sugar, and water. The sugar, well, it's not food for you or your plants. It actually acts as a preservative and a breeding ground for the beneficial microbes extracted from the plants. The best sugars to use are jaggery panela or pure maple syrup, since they're less processed than white sugar, but brown sugar will work perfectly well in a pinch. So, here is the exact formula you need. You'll require 1 part plant material by weight, 1 part brown sugar by weight, and 10 parts water by volume for dilution when you use it later. For a standard 1-quart jar, you will typically need about 6 to 8 ounces of chopped plant material and an equal weight of brown sugar. Begin by coarsely chopping your foraged plant material. The goal here is to bruise and crush it slightly to release its juices. In a clean bowl or jar, layer the plant material and the brown sugar, mixing them thoroughly with your hands or maybe a wooden spoon, making sure every piece of plant is coated. The sugar will immediately start to pull moisture out of the leaves and stems. Press this mixture down firmly into your jar, leaving about 1/3 of the jar empty at the top. Place a lid on the jar, but don't tighten it completely. You want to allow gases to escape during the fermentation process. And finally, store the jar in a dark, cool place, ideally between 60 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Over the next 5 to 7 days, the magic of fermentation will take hold. You'll notice bubbles rising up and the liquid level increasing as the plant juices are drawn out. This is a fantastic sign. It means the native lactic acid bacteria and yeasts are thriving and multiplying. These are the same kinds of beneficial microbes you'll find in yogurt, kimchi, and sourdough starter. They really are the true power behind the potion. Once the active bubbling has subsided, usually after about a week, your FPJ is ready. Strain the liquid off the plant pulp, making sure to squeeze it to get every last drop. The resulting liquid is your concentrated fermented plant juice. It should have a sweet, fermented, slightly alcoholic aroma. Go ahead and compost the leftover plant pulp. Your FPJ concentrate can be stored in a sealed bottle at room temperature, away from direct sunlight for up to a year. This is where your garden transformation begins. Your FPJ is a concentrate and must be diluted before use. This is the critical step. The standard dilution is 1 tablespoon of your FPJ concentrate per gallon of water. It's best to use non-chlorinated water since chlorine can kill the beneficial microbes you've worked so hard to cultivate. If you only have tap water, just let it sit out for 24 hours to allow the chlorine to dissipate. You can use your FPJ in 2 primary ways. As a foliar spray, it's absorbed directly through the leaves, giving your plants an almost immediate boost. Spray your plants in the early morning or late evening for the best absorption. As a soil drench, you're feeding the vast microbial network in the earth, strengthening the entire soil food web. Use it every 1 to 2 weeks during the active growing season. You'll notice results quickly: a deeper green color in the leaves, stronger stems, and an overall increase in plant vigor and health. This isn't the forced, weak growth of chemical fertilizers. This is the robust, resilient health of a plant living in a thriving ecosystem. The true beauty of this Korean backyard trick is that it frees you from the consumer cycle and connects you intimately with the rhythm of your land. You can make different FPJs throughout the season. A nettle FPJ in the spring for nitrogen-hungry leafy greens, a pumpkin FPJ in the summer for vigorous fruiting plants, and a comfrey FPJ, rich in potassium, for your flowering tomatoes and peppers. You are no longer just a gardener. You're an alchemist, a steward, and a partner with nature. You're creating a closed-loop system where the garden literally feeds itself. This is the kind of knowledge that transforms gardening from a hobby into a deeply sustainable practice. It's empowering, cost-effective, and profoundly effective. If this journey into the heart of natural plant care has inspired you, if you're ready to break free from chemical dependence and cultivate true abundance, then the Growth Hub Central Crops community is your home. We are here to help you grow. Share your FPJ experiments with us in the comments below, and if you found this guide valuable, do us a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button and share this video with a fellow gardener. Let's grow this community of enlightened growers, one backyard at a time.